happen to watch any court movies? Do you watch some
That's all
sitcom?
I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's
Okay.
all I'm doing because I don't want to get rusty. Like my other brothers and sisters in the profession, when we
Okay.
share, Baba, tumne kya dekha? Tumne kya dekha? So there are always certain, seasons that we are seeing on Netflix and other crime dramas,
Okay.
movies, which are all related to court or crime or something like that, some hearing or something or the other.
So, sir, please recommend some for our viewers. I remember watching Suits, which was a very famous, I think, American
Yeah, yeah.
uh, series or sitcom, but I don't know of many. So, probably our viewers would like you to recommend some web series or sitcoms for them.
I would suggest The Good Fight on Netflix,
Okay.
and I would also suggest Border Town. That's Border Town, which is shot in Finland, but with English. It's dubbed in English. All three seasons I have watched, and I highly recommend both of these.
Okay. So why do Indian creators not come up with such series which can show us the true realities of the Indian legal system? We are still awaiting some Indian content in this regard.
Well, you have in Marathi and in Hindi, you
Court,
have
yeah.
come with excellent, crime-based thrillers, and
Okay.
also, but they show the judicial system, that is the court hearings, in a dramatic manner. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen like that in real life. But anyway, you had movies like Rustam, etc. Where you understood that in an ace criminal lawyer, and that is what I want to talk to our friends today. That when you become lawyers, you should always watch what other lawyers are arguing, other senior lawyers are arguing. When I was new to the profession, and we would come to know that Mr. Ram Jetmalani has come for a matter, or Mr. Nariman has come for a matter, we used to leave all our work and just go in the court and try and get a place over there and just to watch in awe of these great counsels. So never miss an opportunity if there is a cross-examination going on. Understand the fine nuances. What is an expert witness? What is an eyewitness? Who is a police witness? What is a hostile witness? All these things, you will read about it. But experiencing it in an open court would be great fun. Never leave this opportunity.
Right. Yeah. Sir, a few years ago in the Rohtak Bravehearts case, because I remember reading about it a lot, the media ran a completely parallel investigation trial in which they declared that the boys who were accused of teasing these women in a bus in Rohtak were already guilty. And ultimately, the boys were acquitted in the Haryana High Court. And the first statement that they made was that we want an apology from the media because it has ruined our character, it has ruined our lives, it has ruined our aspirations and dreams. So, on one hand, probably the legal fraternity faces a media trial, and secondly, there's also a lot of public outcry and public emotions that are probably involved in some cases. For example, in the Nirbhaya case, when the
Yes.
hanging got endlessly delayed, there was a lot of vent and frustration and anger in people that why is this happening? So, on the one hand, you have pressures from the media to some extent, and second, you're also bogged down by public emotions. So, is the legal fraternity in some kind of tussle? Are you being stretched over that? Okay, we are facing some expectation from the media, and on the other hand, there are also people who feel that okay, why does this happen? Especially in the context of the Nirbhaya case, I want to put this question.
No, I'll tell you something. As lawyers on both sides, the prosecution and the defense, our main focus is our case.
Okay.
We don't need any assistance from the media to make our case stronger. The prosecution has to present its case. The defense will present its case. It's for the judge to decide. So the focus is do your best for your client, whom you are offering your services, and it's the judge ultimately has to kind of decide. But let me give you an example. You give me two examples of the famous cases. There are so many other cases that, and this discussion could go on and on.
Right.
But I remember a very, very sad case in which I was in the courtroom that day, and in which the father was accused by the teenage daughter that he used to rape her. and the father was ultimately acquitted in that case, because the father was in jail for almost 8 months. The POCSO is a very dreaded act. It can be misutilized also.
Right.
Father was in jail for 8 months, and when the girl, because these cases are normally held in camera, I was there when the order was pronounced. The girl actually had seen the father in his tattered clothes and he had lost weight, and that time she broke down and said that because I was not getting pocket expense, I have falsely implicated my father. Now, so you have such tragic cases, and therefore it is of utmost duty of all the people who are concerned in this administrative justice, the lawyer, the defense lawyer, the prosecution, and the judge, to be sensitive in such cases, because many a times we see that wrong people are implicated for XY reasons, and that makes the job of the judge even more onerous.
Right. So in that case, how does one deal with the burden of false cases? Because already there are heaps and piles of cases which our judiciary is unable to deal with, because you explain a lot of reasons, less number of judges, lack of infrastructure, and you add to it a burden of false cases. So then how does one get out of this?
I'll give you an example. A few years back, there were a lot of cases being launched under, there were a lot of FIRs being lodged under 498A.
Yes, right.
And in 498A, the police was arresting the husband's father, mother, chacha, chachi, brother. I mean, it was endless.
Right.
And it was a weapon that was being completely misutilized.
Right.
Supreme Court took cognizance.
Yes.
Two great judgments of the Supreme Court, one of Lalita Kumari and one of Arnesh Kumar. And these judgments are so popular that I think everyone knows about it. You just type Arnesh Kumar on Google and you get the whole judgment. Supreme Court has laid down certain guidelines. So judiciary is vigilant. Judiciary is coming to the rescue of the citizen. These were, a lot of these cases, I'm not saying all, but a lot of the cases are false. They are a malicious prosecution. Now what happens? There is a section 154 of the CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code, in which the moment information, now it doesn't say credible, correct or anything, it says information of a cognizable offense is brought before a police officer, he is duty bound to register an offense.
Yeah.
So he is doing his job. Now ultimately it is found after some time that it was a completely false information.
Right.
And it was a civil case which was given a criminal color only to kind of, get a settlement out. There could be other issues also. There are provisions in law where if you have given wrong information or you have misled the police, prosecution can be launched against you. But then again, the other problem, as we all know, is how long it takes.
Yeah.
All these things take so long because the judiciary today in our country is overburdened.
Right.
And that again brings us to the original topic, that what we need is more judges and more courts.
Right.